If you're thinking of taking somebody on, an apprentice is often a great place to start. In this video, I'm going to show you why doing so after the 1st of August 2020 might just be the time. As a business accountant, my team and I help business owners every day along their journey. As a result, we've seen some fantastic success stories with apprentices. I think it's a really good scheme if you use it properly and invest the time to train and develop those apprentices. Right now, what's amazing is in the Chancellor's summer statement, there's been some big announcements for his plan for jobs. Now, before I tell you all about that, if you do like these videos, make sure you click on the subscribe button below to be notified every time we release one. So big news in that summer statement. The Chancellor got up and he spoke about his plan for jobs for 2020 and how we're going to recover from the coronavirus. So what was really interesting about that was there was quite a few measures of which we've recorded blogs and other videos on, so go and check those out. However, in this particular one, I wanted to talk about the various apprenticeship schemes which are being launched. One of the schemes that got quite a bit of excitement was around the Kickstart scheme. Now, further details are due on this and we hope to see those soon. Now, the idea of this scheme is that it was to help those under the age of 25, which is the bracket that the Chancellor felt was the most impacted by what we're seeing with the situation of the economy around the coronavirus impact. And one of the schemes that got the most excitement around the budget was the announcement of the Kickstart scheme. Now, this is a scheme for apprentices that are under 25, and we think currently are on universal credit. Now, we're waiting to see when the guidance comes out to see exactly if that's true, but the brief summary we had in the budget alluded to the fact that that's what it's designed to do, is help people in those kind of situations. And it did specifically mention universal credit. So it'd be interesting to see, because if that is the case, I think this scheme will have quite a narrow use, but it is there. And what the government will do is they will pay 25 hours at minimum week for you to have an apprentice for 6 months, which is fantastic. You know, if you're looking, especially as we work with a lot of people that are looking to make that jump for the first employee, I think having access to somebody for free effectively for 6 months could be a really, really good thing. And it gives you a good time to build them back into your budgets and into your business so you can retain them after that 6 months. So definitely worth thinking about that. The other thing that was pretty exciting was an announcement in general that they're going to look at the way they pay employers for taking on apprentices. So currently, if you're in the right area and your apprentice is eligible, you can, as an employer, get £1,000 back. So if you take an apprentice between the ages of 16 and 18, they currently pay you £1,000 for doing just that. Or actually, you can have a slightly older apprentice if they've got an ECHP, an educational care plan, in place as a incentive, I suppose, to help with the extra additional investment and time and things it's going to be to train them. So that's quite good. We've seen various different versions of that over the years, but this new scheme is going to be age-based and can be up to £2,000. So if they're 16 to 24, again in that bracket that the Chancellor feels is the most impacted bracket, you'll get £2,000. And if you're over 25, you get £1,500. And this scheme starts from the 1st of August. Now, I think a lot of people think apprenticeships and think of real youngsters, but we've seen them used for a lot of older people as well. And I think it's a really good way of reskilling, redoing. I think a lot of people, get on a little bit in life and then think, actually, I want to change career. And I'd imagine, knowing what it's like, we see this with self-employed people that go on holiday and then come back and they're pumped to go and do their new business or something. I think we might see that the coronavirus gives people a lot of perspective on whether they still want to be doing what they're doing. So it wouldn't surprise me to see quite a high uptake of the over 25s, presuming they can financially do it, of course. So for employers, I think it's a great incentive for something that is a brilliant scheme when used well. So there you go, £1,500 or £2,000 for all of you taking on apprentices after the 1st of August. Again, with the caveat that we haven't seen the full guidance. The Chancellor did make mention that he was going to make sure that these jobs were legitimate new jobs, because I think there was a feeling that you could see people making a load of old people redundant and then hiring these youngsters on next to no money. So that's going to be really interesting to see, but used in the right way, I think it's going to be a fantastic scheme. So if you enjoyed this video, please do share it with your networks, comment below if you're going to be using it, and if you do need any help with payroll or HR or any of these things that you need to make sure you've got the right things in place to take on these apprentices, please do reach out and get in contact with the team. We'll see you on the next one.